This is the North Carolina Rabbit Hole. I'm Jeremy Markovich, and this week I want to introduce you to somebody.
Yeah, sure. Tyius McKinney, born and raised in Greensboro, North Carolina. I kind of live a little bit south now. I live in a town called Randoman now. Yeah, that's me.
Yeah. Can you tell me about your Facebook marketplace listing that went up a couple of days ago?
Yeah, sure. So basically for me, it's just a vertical file cabinet that I'll turn into a smoker.
Let me repeat that in case you didn't hear it. This man, who I talked to on the phone this week, made a barbecue smoker out of a file cabinet. Now, I would like to say that I found Tyius in his smoker because I am a really good journalist who knows how to dig up the best stories. But the truth is, I was just on Facebook Marketplace looking for something else, and it came up. The algorithm knows me, I guess. Anyway, my first thought was, I have never seen anything like this before. And my second thought was, no way is this real. Turns out it is real, but does a barbecue smoker made out of a file cabinet actually, work? Is it safe? Was it hard to make? Why would anybody build it or try to sell it? And is this a singular piece of American ingenuity, or is there an underground community of file cabinet smokers that I had never heard of before now? We will bring in an expert in a little bit, but for now, let's just start with a big question, which is, why?
Originally speaking, I was looking at some of the vertical smokers that they have for sale. One, they cost a lot more. Two, a lot of them were not in stock. So I was like, hey, I want a vertical smoker. Let me see what else I can find. And getting on YouTube, going through some forums, Reddit and stuff, I saw that people had turned file cabinets into smokers. And I'm like, that seems incredibly easy. I feel like I could get that done, no problem.
At this point, you might be wondering the same thing that I was. Is this something that's new to me or new to everybody? For this part, I turned to the expert, a guy who literally runs a barbecue camp every summer at NC State.
So my name is Dana Hanson, and I'm the Extension Meat Specialist at North Carolina State University.
I am not by any means a smoker expert.
Right.
And I wanted to talk to you about one that I saw, and I sent you a picture of, that was made from a file cabinet. So
right.
I just wanted to ask you, had you ever seen something like this before?
I have. I mean, it's like the ultimate in frugal barbecue pit manufacturing, but I'm on the surface familiar with them. I know that if you call yourself a Buffalo Bills fan, that's maybe a rite of passage to have a file cabinet smoker in the parking lot.
So it's not a Southern thing. It's just it's a homemade, do-it-yourself kind of thing, potentially.
Homemade, do-it-yourself. Yep.
Now, Googling file cabinet smoker will give you plenty of how-tos and breathless demonstrations, along with a bunch of humble brags, really. At least one student has built a file cabinet smoker as a class project. Google Trends shows that something happened in June of 2015 that shot their awareness into the stratosphere. Barely anybody was looking them up before then. Now, that does not mean they are mainstream. The reaction to them online seems to show that most people have either never seen or encountered them. Hanson hasn't come upon many himself, but he does remember the first time he ever gazed upon a file cabinet smoker.
Yeah, my initial response was, that's pretty cool. That's pretty innovative that somebody could take a piece of junk or surplus and turn it into something utilitarian and have some use to it.
I have many questions because I have not delved into the file cabinet smoker section of Reddit, but
yeah,
the what sorts of things would this sort of a thing be good for? Like, what were you cooking in it, or what could you cook in it?
Okay, so first, vertical smokers, they just are able to hold more food because normally the firebox will be off to the side or the firebox is at the bottom. and that's how you can control how much smoke, how much heat is going to go up on it. And then you just have multiple layers that are closer or farther from the heat. You can hold a lot more food. That one, I was able to cook like 6 pork butts on it, no problem. I still had space left over. So I just don't cook for that many people that often. I'm not like a professional cook or anything. I cook in my backyard. So, but I wanted to see like what the vertical smoker was like. And quite honestly, it was a lot easier to maintain, to be honest with you. It was super easy to maintain the heat, super easy to maintain the fire in it. And yeah, so the first thing I did was find a file cabinet, a fireproof file cabinet on Facebook Marketplace. I think I got it for like $30 from somebody. Went and met to, McDonald's parking lot. Then after that, went to Harbor Freight and I got some wheels to go on the bottom. I spaced them out so that it wouldn't tip over or anything and I could move it around a pretty bit easy. Put those in there. Then I went to Lowe's and I got some grates that they had. I'm pretty sure they're like stainless steel grates. And took what did I use? I'm trying to think what I used to cut it out the bottom. Did I use reciprocating at all? I might have. So I cut out the bottom, replaced it with the grill grates, and then I just tack weld them on the sides. And then I realized, well, maybe I want to make them removable, so I cut those welds off. And so now that they're removable, and you just put the food on them, they don't move around at all. But you can take them out and clean them if you need to. That's why I was like, hey, let's not weld them on there. And then I put a chimney on the side of it that the airflow had a way to go through all the heat. To go through all the food, the smoke. There we go. So the smoke had to go through all the food. And I put some temp gauges on the top 2 drawers.
What, are you an engineer? Is this your day? Like, do you do this stuff in your day job?
I just like to mess with stuff. I work on cars, but that's really the only engineering. I'm more of a mechanic than an engineer, honestly.
Yeah. So you're not like somebody who would be like, oh, I could figure this out. Like, I would know exactly how to engineer something like this, but you could put something together.
Yeah, that's in a nutshell. That's exactly it. I saw a problem. I'm like, hey, I feel like I could do this. And then I watched a couple of videos on YouTube. Looked at some people on Reddit. I'm pretty sure it was like in a smokers Reddit, like smoking meat Reddit, and I saw a couple of them, and I'm like, that might work. That seems pretty easy. And then once I tried it, I'm like, this was insanely easy. It took me maybe like a couple hours to put it all together. It was like 5 hours. And so when I first got it, I set a big fire in it. I wanted to make sure all the paint on the inside was gone. You don't want that paint. You don't want those toxins in your food.
I'm not asking you for your advice on like how to make a safe file cabinet smoker. Like, at your own risk is always the thing for DIY. But like, like what are some of the things that you might encounter if you were trying to do something like this?
Yeah, the biggest thing I would be concerned with, of course, are the materials. I would venture a guess that some of those cabinets are made with galvanized steel, which is a concern. That high temperature and galvanized steel and food do not mix, and that there's some at high enough temperatures there can be some, we'll call it toxicity issues with that galvanized being volatilized in real high heat. Same thing with the paint. That certainly not paint is not considered of any fashion would not be something that would be considered a food contact surface. So I would put caution to that kind of thing as you're dealing with something that wasn't designed to be food safe.
Shorter version here. We are not endorsing the safety of any food that comes from a file cabinet smoker. But we are also not saying that a lot of people don't think they're cool. When you used it to cook for people, what was their reaction when you wheeled that thing out?
So at first, whenever if you're ever going to be smoking anything, it takes a while. So like the people didn't know that's what I was going to be cooking on. They just know, like, yeah, I'm saying I'm cooking some pork butts, come on over. And so then they got there and they're like, what's in your driveway? And I'm like, oh, that's a smoker I'm using. And they're like, that's a file cabinet. I'm like, no, it's a smoker I turned into a file cabinet. And I showed them, and they're like, no way. And then they ate it, and it tastes like normal barbecue. And they're like, that's actually insane. And like I said, I had it for like a year and a half. And I've cooked on it many a times. I've had no problems.
In your personal collection, is everything else like very normal and this is unusual, or do you have like more stuff like this in your garage?
I mean, I make a tool every now and then, like you got to grind off a wrench so that you can get into a hard part or something like that. But other than that, no. This is the first time I've really ever been like, you know what? It really came down to money. I looked at the smokers. They wanted like, unless you go like Oklahoma Joe route, if you go like a professional vertical smoker route, they're talking about like $3,000-$4,000. So I'm like, yeah, I'm not spending that on some metal. We can figure this out another way.
Part of the reason why I wanted to call you too is because I think it's you're selling it for like $100, but
yeah, I think
also you would trade
like $150 to make it.
Yeah, but like also you're like asking for a couple things potentially in trade, like a chainsaw.
Oh, yeah. Chainsaws are expensive, number one. But if you can get like an old school Husqvarna chainsaw, you can get a pretty, like a beefy chainsaw for, we'll say like $200 that's broken. You get it fixed, you got like a $600 chainsaw that'll last you the rest of your life.
Yeah. So that's like one of the things, like, so you're willing to barter either $100 or you're willing to barter for a couple of different items for this.
Oh, 100%. I'm definitely a barterer. That's me on Facebook Marketplace. I'll put something up, and I'm definitely willing to see what people got. I'd rather barter than money, to be honest with you. I just think it's fun. I enjoy seeing what people got, and I like seeing other people's junk that maybe I can make something useful to me.
How much interest have you gotten in this so far, in the, I think, 5 days at this point that it's been on?
That's a great question, because it's really been a lot of people like, hey, that looks amazing. Can you tell me more about it? I'm not really trying to buy it, but that's just amazing. I've never seen anything like that. So that's what it's been a lot of. I've had a couple people message me like, hey, I'm trying to buy it. When can I meet up? And then you message them back and they don't say anything. So, I mean, that's what goes with Facebook Marketplace. But it's only been 5 days, so we'll see. Yeah.
So a lot of people like me calling.
Yes,
like,
for sure.
just tell me about this thing.
Yeah.
One follow-up here. A day after our conversation, the listing came down. Tyius texted me to say that one of his friends saw that he was selling it and asked if he could have it instead. Turns out, people really do know something special when they see it. It seems, again, to me, like a unique item, although it sounds like there are other people out there that have done it, but not to the point where it's not catching like literally everybody by surprise.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of people have seen it. A lot of people even know about it, to be honest. I think smoking meat is a niche community. And it's really something like once you get into it, like you really get into it. I am learning because I am new to it. And I very much enjoy it. I say if you have never smoked meat, barbecue, get into it. It's a great hobby, great way to meet people, great way to talk to people. I think also I would like to say that if I did it, I am sort of mechanically inclined. You can do it too. I promise you, if you know some wrenches, have used a reciprocating saw before, you can do this too, no problem.
Many thanks to Tyius McKinney and Dana Hanson for talking to me for this episode. If you want to see more pictures and videos of file cabinet smokers in action, you can go to the show notes for this episode or head over to ncrabbithole.com, which, by the way, if you like stuff like this, you can also go to ncrabbithole.com to read more and sign up for my weekly newsletter. It is free if you want it to be. And if you already are signed up and you want to keep on supporting stuff like all the actual reporting that I do about North Carolina, you can help out. Go to ncrabbithole.com/upgrade. And, whatever you can give, whatever you can contribute, that helps. Helps a lot. Keeps this thing going. So I appreciate that. And I appreciate you for listening. I'm Jeremy Markovich. This has been the North Carolina Rabbit Hole. And I'll see you next time.